Hey, Dave, nice to see you had your last meeting.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I tell you, man, they're ruthless. They're
I can imagine.
negotiators.
God, I don't have his job. We're with Dave Glanzer, who is VP of Marketing and Public Relations.
Okay. Director.
I keep doing I'm consistent.
You are consistent, and eventually, you know what? The board will hear this, and maybe they'll give me a raise.
Right. Thanks. Once again, you guys are letting me down. It's great to see you again.
Good seeing you as well.
I think this is our 7th or maybe 8th video, but let's do a check-in. What's the situation with WonderCon possibly coming back to San Francisco?
Well, we'd still like to go to San Francisco. We're waiting for dates up there. The Anaheim show ended up being pretty successful again in terms of attendance, pros, exhibitors, all that. But we'd love to go back to San Francisco. That's kind of where the Bay Area is where it started. So we still are holding out hope.
And WonderCon this year, how's it going so far? I think it feels like a record of non-badge attendees.
We had for WonderCon or Comic-Con?
For Comic-Con right now. But
you know what? It looks like we're probably still have about 130,000 people. I haven't been outside on the streets yet. I did last year, and they were packed, but mostly a lot of badges. And another thing too is a lot of the outside activations are now actually asking for people to show their badge. So there's so many people down in this area that I think they're trying to limit the people who really are here for Comic-Con.
Yeah, I saw someone with a sign that said, "We'll volunteer for badge."
Sure. We use about 3,500 volunteers, so there were a lot of volunteer slots.
So word to people in the future, volunteer, right?
Absolutely. We tell people to check out the website throughout the year because there's always notices and things like that,
Now, you mentioned something about WonderCon. Did WonderCon in Anaheim set a record this year?
Well, I think we had about, I don't remember the official number, but it was right around 46,000 or so, so it was a really good number, especially for our second year there. And the pros, attendees, and exhibitors seem to really be happy, so we're happy.
Now, so these Nickelodeon folks, you pissed them off. They sent that thing that
they were going to put me in there, but luckily they saw the camera and ran away.
Right.
No, actually, they're great people, and the costumes are awesome, and they're really awesome.
Are you concerned that maybe there's a political change in San Diego that might threaten Comic-Con in the future? Or
I don't think so. One of the things, there was an election last year, and the candidates who ran are all committed, I think, to keeping Comic-Con in San Diego. So the new administration, I think, has that attitude. There is an expansion that's still being considered. So we're just waiting for that. I think it has more to do with entities outside the city at this point. But we all have our fingers crossed. And so far, the city and administration have been supporting us, so we're happy for that.
And meanwhile, you have a new theater that opened this year, right?
We do. One of the things that we decided this year was have some panels in a more intimate setting. So we're using the Lyceum Theater this year, and we'll see how that goes. That's an experiment. It'll be a ticketed event, so people who attend certain panels will be able to vie for tickets for that theater. We'll see how it goes this year.
So, in closing, Comic-Con continues to grow. It's solid for the foreseeable future, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
And you survived the Twilight era.
Well, it's funny. I'll tell you something. I think people really were surprised by Twilight because it brought in such a different demographic. But the truth of the matter is, Comic-Con is for everybody who enjoys popular arts, whether it be film, television, movies, whatnot. We're seeing a lot more film people now coming here, a lot more television people, and I think that's okay. I think we may have kept some people from the Twilight crowds because they saw that there were other things here that were very fun and cool too. So, we're a pretty good group that all seems to get along during the summer.
Now, do you foresee maybe expanding Comic-Con to the suburbs at some point if this gets too big, or?
I don't know. Right now, we're in a facility that can accommodate as many as it can. When we look at when we have in the past looked at other cities, it really has to do with space, and not just convention facility space, but hotel space. Where we're going to to pull volunteers from. There's a lot of factors that go into that. So right now, San Diego has the perfect element of everything except size. And if the expansion goes through, then that'll happen. But another thing too is we're able to work with the city and hotels to expand the Comic-Con campus. That helps us a little bit as well.
Hey, Dave, it's great to see you.
Always good to see you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.